Hey guys. Okay, so definitely have a very important live today. This may be a little bit longer than my usual lives. Hope everybody's doing amazing. Happy Thursday. Usually go live on Wednesdays, but I had a lot going on yesterday, so we're live today. Happy first of the month. Happy December 1st. It's the last month of the year, so we have to make it count. So if there's any time, to get your health, if there's any time to get your health in order, then it's definitely now, okay? For sure, just in time for the new year. But anyway, hope that you guys are doing amazing. So I want to talk about this topic. I want to talk about red flags for Black women when they're choosing a doctor. When they're choosing, whether it's an OBGYN or a primary care physician. This is a very, very, very important because, we know that right now, Black women's health is in a state of emergency, okay? And not only that, Black women are 3 times likely to die in childbirth. So, and they're very vulnerable in the healthcare system because a lot of times they're bullied and they're pressured into doing things and doing procedures that they don't want to do. And just, the healthcare that Black women receive is just at an all-time low. It's horrible. So it's really important for you to be smart when choosing a doctor, extremely important. So I want to talk about some red flags. I'm going to talk about some red flags when choosing a doctor for Black women. Make sure you send this live to at least 5 Black women. Very, very important live, okay? Because like I said, we are the most vulnerable in the healthcare system and we receive the worst healthcare more so than anybody, okay? So for those who don't know me, I'm gonna do a quick intro and I'm gonna get right to it. Okay, for those who don't know me, my name is Sasha. I'm a holistic woman wellness coach, okay? What I do is I help women who are struggling with womb health issues. I help them engage in everyday healthy habits in order to heal their wombs, okay? Everyday healthy, holistic habits in order to heal holistically without the use of birth control, without the use of surgery. All right. I specialize really in helping women who are dealing to overcome infertility, to shrink their fibroids, to heal from PCOS, endometriosis, ovarian cysts, okay, as well as other reproductive health issues such as heavy bleeding, such as, regulating their menstrual cycles, as well as increasing things such as their menstrual cramps and so on and so forth, okay? I've been able to help many women shrink their fibroids, overcome PCOS, endometriosis, ovarian cysts, shrink their ovarian cysts, and also shrink not just that, their endometriomas as well. I've also been able to help women overcome health issues such as high blood pressure, high cholesterol, IBS, and the list goes on. I've also been able to help women as well. There's 3 women that I've been able to help overcome infertility. I've been able to help women who were struggling with infertility for years, overcome infertility. So I've been able to help many women, naturally, like I said, using holistic methods, naturally overcome their health issues, naturally overcome being infertile, naturally overcome their reproductive health issues, okay? And I love what I do. I love helping women put the power back into their own hands when it comes to their health, okay? And, getting away from this system of, forcing women to have hysterectomies, forcing women to have myomectomies. I'm so against that. And I'm so happy. I love what I do. I'm teaching women that your body can heal. Your body was meant to heal naturally. And you don't have to get these procedures. You don't have to, take these birth control pills and that are killing us, really, that are making things worse in order for your body to heal. So that's what I do. I'm all about, natural holistic methods. So if that's not your thing, then this probably isn't the space for you. So that's what I'm all about. All right. But anyway, I wanted to do this live. About Black women and choosing doctors. Very, very, very important. Very, very important because like I said, when it comes to Black women, we receive the worst health care out of everybody. And we're just the most vulnerable when it comes to being bullied in the healthcare system, unfortunately. When it comes to our health, our health is probably at any other segment at its all-time, at an all-time low. 90% of Black women are dealing with fibroids. We'll get fibroids before the age of 50, which is a ridiculous amount of women. 90%. There's, the number of women getting, hey Shayla, hey. The number of Black women getting, uterine cancer, breast cancer is at an all-time high. The number of Black women dealing with estrogen dominance is at an all-time high. It's just ridiculous. Our health is really, like I said, at an all-time low. The number of Black women dealing with infertility. Black women are twice as likely to deal with infertility more so than any other group of women. 19% of Black women are dealing with infertility, and that number is rising. That is a very high number, very, very high number. And Black women have a 31% mortality rate when it comes to cancer. So, you know, like I said, our health is literally, you know, at an all-time low as a collective. So it's really important for us to choose. And I do believe that the healthcare system, the way the healthcare system contributes to that, because we receive the wrong information from a lot of these doctors. We receive, you know, a lot of times we receive over treatment from the doctors, which is also leads to, you know, our health issues. We also receive medical racism is a thing. You know, our concerns not be, the doctors not listening to our concerns as a collective. You know, that's definitely a thing. So I call, you know, that's medical racism, and also sexism as well. Wanting to remove our organs, you know, for every little thing, for every little health issue. You know, to me, that is very sexist. So I definitely want to talk about this. I definitely want to go in depth. And you guys are free to ask me questions. Like I said, send this live to like at least 5 Black women, because this is a really important topic, okay? Because like I said, I believe that doctors have contributed to the fact that our health is at an all-time low as Black women. Of course, there's many factors that have contributed to that, but definitely these doctors that are giving us the wrong information is definitely one, okay? So when you are picking a doctor, when you're picking a doctor that's, you know, for your health, for your womb health, you know, for OBGYN, a primary care physician, whatever doctor, you know, that you're picking, you want to take it very seriously, okay? It's time that we start vetting our doctors. A lot of times, a lot of Black women, and this is what I hear from Black women, they're choosing a doctor, you know, like they're choosing a friend, a homegirl, you know. Oh, if she's Black like me, that means she has my best interest at heart, and that's not true. Not all Black doctors are going to have your best interests at heart, okay? Not all Black. I'm just going to be real with you and tell you the truth with that, okay? It's the unfortunate truth, you know, unfortunately. But you have to be really careful with choosing a doctor. You can't just choose a doctor because they're Black. No, choose a doctor that's actually knowledgeable about, you know, whatever issue that you're going through. Choose a doctor that's actually knowledgeable about the womb health, about your womb health. Choose a doctor that's okay with you engaging in holistic practices, that understands that food is medicine, that understands that, you know, utilizing food as medicine. That's not going to tell you that you need to be on this birth control or that birth control and need this surgery, that surgery for every little issue that you're going through, okay? That's actually going to help, you know, heal your body and not just help you manage the symptoms for the rest of your life, you know? You gotta vet your doctors. You can't just pick a doctor because they're Black, you know? And I hear more and more women saying that. When I put information out there, like, you know, we have to be, what doctors are actually doing to us. For example, my last live, I talked about a doctor. I talked about a 29-year-old woman that went in to have a myomectomy that had fibroids. She went in with her boyfriend to have a myomectomy. His boyfriend was in the waiting room. And what they ended up doing is they ended up taking out her whole uterus. And what they said it was because, you know, she's only 29, has no children. They said because, oh, she was bleeding too much. And supposedly they claimed that they asked their boyfriend, thinking that it was her husband, you know, whether he can sign up on the procedure or whatever. And that actually was illegal because that was actually her boyfriend. So he legally can't consent to her having a hysterectomy. So now she's suing them. So now you have a Black woman who, you know, put her trust in these doctors' hands, who now doesn't have a uterus, can't have biological children. They stole that from her. They stole that from her when she was just going in to have a myomectomy. Okay, and when I posted that on Facebook, I got so many messages from Black women who have went through the same thing. Or why are you not, you know, vetting these doctors? Why are you not more intelligent with picking your doctor? We got to be more intelligent with picking doctors. Okay, I said on Facebook, just like we're selective with picking men, we got to be the same way with picking doctors. I'm putting your life into my hands. I can't just pick any doctor because they're Black, like because, you know, they look like they could be my homegirl. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. If your doctor is not knowledgeable about estrogen dominance, which plagues most women, you know, then, you know, which is the reason for fibroids, which is the reason for the root cause of fibroids, PCOS, endometriosis, ovarian cysts, the root cause of heavy bleeding, the root cause of most infertility. If your doctor's not knowledgeable about that and not talking to you about that, it's time to get a new doctor. And most doctors don't know anything about that. It's time to get a new doctor telling you, okay, well, let's just watch it. Let's just wait around and watch it. Which is the dumbest advice, because guess what? Fibroids grow when you continue to engage in habits that created the fibroids. They grow. Okay? There was just a woman in one of my Facebook groups that I mod in. There was just a woman saying that her fibroids grew from the size of an orange to the size of a basketball, and no such thing as being able to shrink fibroids, which is a lie, because many people have done it. Okay? Which is a lie, but I want to get into that later. So, you know, we know that doctors receive incentives for you doing surgery. So why are why are we not vetting our doctors? I just want us to start vetting our doctors better and start picking doctors that actually care about our health, that listen to us, that are not going to brush us off whenever we bring up natural methods. Okay, that are not going to that's not going to be narcissistic and think that they know everything and they're God. They cannot know everything when, you know, it's your body. You know what I mean? When it comes to your body, you have to there's certain things you have to know your body better than anybody. A doctor can't know your body better than you. That's number one. So a doctor cannot, if you know something's wrong, you know something's off, a doctor cannot tell you that's, you know, everything's fine. No, you know your body better than anybody. Okay, so we have to be, and we've lost the connection to our body because, like I said, we're so quick to do surgeries and medication to pollute our bodies that we've lost this natural connection to our body. Okay, so it's just sad. So let me talk about some red flags when choosing a doctor. Okay, so of course you want to pick a doctor that's actually going to listen to your concerns, that's not going to brush you off, that if you say that you're in pain, if you say that you have a symptom, that that they actually listen to it and consider, you know, what you're saying and not just brush it off and say everything's fine and it's, you know, please pick a doctor that actually listens to you. Okay, number one. Number two, you know, stop picking doctors just based on skin color. Okay, I know that, you know, a lot of women feel more comfortable with having, a lot of black women feel more comfortable with having a black doctor. But if you want a black doctor, at least get a black doctor that's knowledgeable, that's going to advocate for you. Okay, if that's what you want, you know, then thank you. Exactly, Shayla. Get a black doctor that's going to advocate for you because there's plenty of horrible black doctors. The worst doctors I've ever had were black women. I'm going to be honest with you. There was also black doctors that almost killed my mother. I'm going to be honest. Thank God I was there. I'm going to be honest with you. So I'm not, to me, a good doctor is a good doctor. I'm not about all this. She got to be black. No, absolutely not. Just find a good doctor. Okay. Look out for doctors that have narcissistic traits. That's a red flag. If your doctor is thinking that, have this attitude like, I'm God, I know everything because I have this medical degree, you know, I know everything, then it's time to get a new doctor. Look out for doctors that have narcissistic traits, okay? Because a lot of doctors are narcissists, okay? Beware, another thing, beware of doctors that are going to immediately push for surgery. Every little thing they're pushing for surgery. Fibroids, they're pushing for surgery. They're pushing you to have surgery. They're pressuring you to have surgery. Look out for doctors that are pressuring you to have surgery. Very, very important, okay? Because in case you didn't know, doctors do receive incentives when you have surgery. So that's why they try to push for surgery so much. Look, I had fibroids, right? And I've been transparent with you guys. I had surgery years ago for my fibroids, and it ended up growing back. And there was a doctor that was trying to push me to have surgery again. And that's when I said, hell no. Watch out for it. Because what happens with the surgery is you go down this rabbit hole. They push you to have surgery one time, right? The fibroids always come back because they don't tell you, you know, what causes the fibroids to develop. They just say genetics. Because they don't know, right? So what happens is you get the fibroids again, and then you either have surgery or then they can coerce you into having a hysterectomy. We'll just have a hysterectomy so you don't have to worry about it. But they don't tell you the side effects that come with having a hysterectomy. They don't tell you how you literally push into early menopause. They don't tell you that. So you got to be very careful with these doctors. If they can convince you to have a certain myomectomy, then it's very easy for them to convince you later on to have a hysterectomy. Okay, this is what they do. So you have to be very careful. Okay, either they can convince you to have. Some people they'll try to make you have 2 or 3 myomectomies first because, like I said, fibroids always come back when you don't do what the necessary, when you engage in the habits that grew the fibroids, they come back. They develop the fibroids. You keep engaging in those habits, those fibroids come back. They reoccur. All right. So, like I said, when they reoccur, sometimes they'll wait till like the 2nd, 3rd time that you've already had a myomectomy to persuade you into doing a hysterectomy. So you have to be really careful. If they're pushing for surgery so quickly, so fast, it's time to. That's a red flag. Get rid of that doctor. Get a new doctor. Okay. Shayla said, my experience with black doctors were not good. My experience has been terrible with black doctors. That's why I said vet your doctor. Stop picking your doctors based on skin tone, ladies. Stop picking your doctors based on skin tone. You are not looking for a homegirl, okay? We're looking for a doctor. We're putting our health and our life into your hand and into the person's hands. This is not your homegirl. I don't understand it. If your doctor cannot talk to you about estrogen dominance, about how to lower the estrogen in your body, how to detox the excess hormones in your body, your doctor is not talking to you about that, that's a red flag. Because estrogen dominance literally is what causes fibroids and all these other reproductive health issues. And what happens with the surgeries, when you have these surgeries, you're not addressing the estrogen dominance. Guess what? That's why they manifest into something else. That's why a lot of women that's had fibroids go on to have other reproductive health issues too, like endometriosis. They develop endometriosis. Sometimes they even develop breast cancer later on. Okay, because they have not addressed the root cause. And these doctors never talk about root cause because they don't want to heal you. They don't want to heal you. They just pretend it doesn't exist, which is ridiculous. So if they're not, like I said, if they tell you, with fibroids, oh, just watch it, just watch it, because that's what a lot of these doctors say. Oh, just watch it. If it's not bothering you, just watch it. That's the worst advice that you can give somebody. Because guess what? If you're just sitting there, if you're just watching it, like I said, first of all, you can't watch it because if your fibroids inside you, you don't know whether it's growing or not until unless you've had an MRI or an ultrasound. So what happens is a lot of times women, they go from not having symptoms, right, to having symptoms because those fibroids are growing and they're getting worse. So telling somebody just to sit back and watch it is the stupidest advice ever. It's the dumbest advice you could give. They should be telling you, okay, let's start changing your lifestyle. Let's start, changing your diet. Let's start, helping you detox your liver. Let's start rebalancing your hormones. That's what they should be saying. But then again, that would be actually healing you. That would actually, helping you shrink your fibroids. That's not, they don't want that. They want it to grow. So then, then you can be desperate to have a surgery. But, I say all that to say, make sure you choose a doctor that's not going to pressure you into, that's actually knowledgeable about how these fibroids came about in my body in the first place. If they're not, then why would you pick a doctor that's not knowledgeable? If they're just saying genetics, that's not a clear answer. Genetics, okay, but these fibroids, 90% of black women did not have fibroids 50 or 60 years ago. So that genetics thing that's not a good enough answer. It's just in genetics, just genetics. That's not a good enough answer. I'm not saying it's not true, but that's not a good enough answer. What tends to happen a lot of times when they say things are genetic, what happens is bad habits tend to run in families. It's not necessarily, it's just genetics. Bad habits run in families. Yes, some of us may be more predisposed to things like fibroids, but it's the bad habits. I may be predisposed to having high blood pressure, which I actually am in the rest of my family, but because I'm taking care of my health, I don't have it. Because I'm actually, changing my diet, I'm, exercising, make sure I stay at average weight, I don't have it, okay? So it's really important for you not to just settle for surface answers. You got to dig deeper. And it's really important for you not to just trust somebody because they have a white coat and have a medical degree. I don't care. I don't care how many years they were in school. Because guess what? The third leading cause of death in America is medical errors. Actually, I think it's actually the world, actually. Because it happens all over the place. But the third leading cause of death in the U.S., I know that for sure, is medical errors. Done by doctors, medical malpractice, okay? So for us to just say, oh, they're doctors, they're God, they know everything. That's literally killing people. They're literally killing people legally. They're literally legally killing people, okay? Right under, it's the third leading cause of death. Look it up. Under heart disease and cancer, medical errors, okay? So for you to just think that just because somebody's a doctor, that means you should listen to everything they say, they know everything, is BS. You need to start trusting your intuition because a lot of times your intuition will tell you when the doctor is full of crap. Trust your intuition, trust your discernment as well. If something is wrong, if you feel like this doctor is not really considering, what you're talking to them about, is not really, empathizing with you, is not really, in the business of healing you, then it's time to get a new doctor. Okay, so it's really, really, really important. So I want to address this. I had this doctor that, probably, I'm sure she was talking about me or maybe some other woman, I don't know. But I had this doctor that has a really big following that was telling women that, women that say that you can shrink fibroids, they're scammers. And I was really upset. And then somebody in the comment section, there was a woman in the comment section, I thought that was really funny. Woman in the comment section who said that one of her best friends had a precancerous fibroid right, that was precancerous, that was blocking her tubes so she could not have children. Ended up changing her lifestyle, ended up changing her diet, and in 3 months, the fibroid was gone. And I was shocked because that's the fastest I've ever heard. In 3 months, not only was the fibroid gone, she was able to have a child. And then she told about another story, and she tagged the person who said that most of us are going to have fibroids. Of course, most of us are not going to shrink our fibroids. I'm talking about for the most part. So it's, you know, to me, that's gaslighting when literally you have proof that there are people, including myself, who've shrunken their fibroids, and you have the doctor said, I went to the doctors, this is everything they said, you know, they wanted me to have surgery, I had the surgery, you know, I took the iron pills, did it their way. But then when I started doing it, when I started changing my lifestyle, when I started changing my diet, when I started getting sun, getting vitamin D from the natural sun and not from these fake synthetic pills, when I started, it don't work, but it's working for so many people. It makes no sense. And to me, and what the girl in the comment section said, them spreading that message to black women is actually hurting black women. It's disheartening. It's hurting black women, telling them that diet changes don't work. You know, holistic methods don't work. You know, telling them herbs don't work. It's actually, that message is actually hurting black women. Right? Because they want us just to go to surgery, and they want us just to have hysterectomies because, you know, that's really what they want. And this is a black woman doctor that was, you know, posting this stuff. But anyway, I say all that to say, just be very careful. These doctors that are pushing us to have surgery, that are telling us holistic methods don't work, they're the real scammers. They're the real scammers. The doctors that are telling you your nutritional changes are not going to work, you know, your herbs not going to work, holistic methods that worked for thousands of years and are all of a sudden not going to work, they are the real scammers. I'm just going to say that straight up. I'm going to say that straight up. So, anyway, let me just say that I say all that to say, I want you to know that if you're listening to this, your body is a self-healing mechanism, okay? Your body can heal if you provide the right environment for it to do so. Your womb can heal. I don't care what's going on if you provide the right environment for it to do so. I don't care what any doctor says, okay? I don't care. Our bodies were created to be able to heal itself if we're flooding it with the right things. If your doctor can't understand the concept of food being medicine, then it's time to get a new doctor. Stop trusting somebody just because they say they're a doctor. And let me address one thing, because a lot of doctors are going around saying, well, vegans have fibroids too. This is how dumb they are. I'm sorry. This is how stupid they are. They don't understand that not all vegans are eating healthy. They don't understand that there's how much vegan junk food is in the store. You could be a vegan and live off Beyond Burgers and French fries. I know because I used to do it before when I first became vegan. Beyond Burgers, French fries, pasta, you know, Oreos. You can literally be a vegan and live off that type of food. So for them to say that it doesn't even make any sense. Oh, you know, well, vegans get fibroids too. That's stupid. That's how intelligent these people are. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm biased because I just don't like doctors, but you know, let me not say I don't like doctors. I don't like most doctors. There's some great doctors out there. My sister's actually in medical school. She's all about holistic healing. Okay, so let me not say all doctors, but for most doctors are trash. I said it. I'm just going straight up. But anyway, like I said, be very careful when you're picking a doctor. Be very careful when you start vetting these doctors. Like you will vet somebody, a man that you're dating. Like you will vet somebody that you want to marry. It's time to start vetting these doctors the same way, because you're putting your life, you're putting the health of your womb in their hands. If I'm going to put my health, I don't put my health in any doctor's hands, by the way. But if you're going to put your health in the doctor's hands, it's time to start vetting them. Stop picking them because they're black. You know, they look like they could be your homegirl. Stop doing that. Stop doing that, okay? So, you know, with black women's health being in a state of emergency, with 90% of black women being considered infertile, okay, with 90% of black women dealing with fibroids, with so many women dealing with, you know, reproductive health issues, with so many women being estrogen dominant, with the cancer rates going up for black women increasing at all-time high, and not just for older women, also 20s, 30s as well. It's time for us to be smarter with picking a doctor, okay? So, you know, it can literally make or break some of you. So be very careful. Like I said, if they are bashing holistic methods, but they're bashing the concept of food being medicine, and they're bashing, you know, getting vitamin D from the sun, you know, exercising, they're bashing all these, it's time to get a new doctor. It's time to get a new doctor, okay? Okay, so be very careful when you recognize these red flags when you're picking a doctor. Black women die 3 times as likely to die in childbirth. There's so many black women that have died in the hands of doctors. So stop just thinking because they're a doctor, they have your best interest at heart, because that's not the truth. We see the statistics. We see the data. A lot of them don't have your best interest at heart. Why are they so in a rush to take out your womb? Think about that. But anyway, went on my rant, but okay. So, like I said, look out for red flags when you're picking a doctor, okay? That's all I want to say. Okay, if you are interested in working with me, if you're interested in healing your womb, the natural way, the holistic way, okay, instead of going to birth control, going to, surgeries that make it worse, that, make it come back later, make your fibroids and PCOS and all that stuff come back later, then you can send me a message, send me a DM, okay? I also have courses, self-study courses in the link in my bio that can help with womb health, as well as I have programs available where I work with you one-on-one if you're interested, okay? But that's pretty much it, ladies. Make sure you, like I said, I'm going to save this. I'm going to save this video to my Instagram page. Make sure you send this video to at least 5 black women, because I'm tired of hearing black women, choosing doctors that don't have their best interests at heart. I'm hearing that over and over and over again. That's why I had to do this live. I'm tired of hearing it. So be very careful. We have to be more intelligent when it comes to picking people, certain doctors for OBGYNs, primary care physicians, because we're more vulnerable to being abused by doctors, okay? And being neglected by doctors, and being bullied by doctors, pressured into, having unnecessary surgery. We are more vulnerable, so we have to be really careful, okay? Like I said, if you're interested in working with me, send me a DM. And that's pretty much it, guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed this live. I hope that you guys found it informative, okay? Like I said, send this to 5 black women, young or old, and let's spread the word. Do not trust somebody just because they have a white coat on, okay? Because a lot of times they don't have your best interest at heart, all right? Bye, ladies. Talk to you later.